Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Karkadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered in the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out, and going into the second Edras, the 9th chapter. And it reads, second Edras 9:1 of the Apocrypha of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest the parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Right, so, we're watching out for the signs, because, these are the signs of the times, of biblical signs, of the signs of the times, that's leading up to increasing prophecies in the latter days. So we're measuring the time diligently in itself. And these, the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh of Israel, spoke about in the latter days. So we're looking out for these signs of biblical signs, of signs of the times. That's why we're continuously measuring the time diligently, because we are the watchmen of the house of Israel, because we are consistently being on our watch, and we're measuring the time diligently in itself. Of these signs that the Heavenly Father said these was going to occur in the latter days. And that's why we're taking notice of it, and we're measuring the time, and we're being on our watch of these signs, of biblical signs in the latter times. And I'm going to go to verse 2, second Edras 9:2 in the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, Then thou shalt understand it is a very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, so the Heavenly Father is definitely visiting this world with these earthquakes in diverse places, these heavy floodings, tornadoes, earthquakes, landslide, mudslides. So that's just a prime example right there that the Heavenly Father is definitely increasingly visiting this earth which he made, because he's the creator of all things. It's not climate change, the change of climate. It's not Mother Nature. It's none of those things. It's all by the power of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh of Israel. So he's going to continue to visit this earth which he made, with these weather-like conditions. And I'm going to go to verse 3, second Edras 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in the people of the world. Right, and that's what we're seeing right now as we speak. We're seeing the increasing earthquakes. We're seeing the tornadoes, the landslide, the mudslides, the heavy floodings, wildfires, droughts. I mean, you name it, And we seeing the sedition. You see what's going on over there in France. You see what's going on over there in Myanmar. You see what's going on here in modern day Babylon, that sedition, division. So this is what we are seeing in the latter days, because these are the signs of the times. Of these signs, of biblical signs are happening. That leads up to prophecies, And I'm gonna read it again for edification's sake. This is second Edras, chapter 9, verse 3, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in the people in the world, right? You're gonna continue to see uproars and right, like I mentioned again, you're gonna continue to see uproars and uprises and uproars and sedition in the people in the world. And you're going to continue to see these high magnitudes of earthquakes in diverse places, as we've been seeing as of lately. You've been seeing that earthquake over there in Papua New Guinea. That was a 7.2 earthquake. And you've seen those two earthquakes that I did a lesson on. A 4.0 earthquake over there in Oregon. A 4.6 magnitude earthquake over there in Alaska. So that shows you a prime example right there that with the recent earthquakes over there in Indonesia, with the recent earthquakes happening over there in New Zealand, with those recent earthquakes happening multiple times over there in Chile, off the shores of Chile, over there in Indonesia, Argentina, central Italy, what happened over there in India, Pakistan as of recently, the earthquakes. And we seeing multiple tornadoes over there in New Zealand. I did a sit-down lesson on that earlier today as well too. So that shows you a prime example right there, like all those events that I just mentioned, this is the time that we are entering into in the latter days of these biblical signs, of the signs of the times that leading up to prophecies, And I'm going to go to verse 4, 2nd Edras 9:4, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. Then thou shalt well understand the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right. The days that will be before thee, even from the beginning. Even from the beginning, kind of slip of the tongue, Salakia for that. So that shows you a prime example right there. That's why we are increasingly measuring the time diligently in itself. We're being on our watch, doing sit-down lessons, out on the highways and byways, preaching the words of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahushua, speaking of prophecies, sounding that alarm, blowing that trumpet in Zion, like the men of the Lord out on the highways and byways doing on a consistent basis, So that shows you a sign right there. Once again, like I mentioned, hey, these are the signs of the times that we are in, and it's going to continue to increase and show forth more and more and more. And I'm going to go to the next verse, 2nd Edras 9:5, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. For like all that is made in a world and had a beginning and the end is manifest, right? We seeing signs of that. The beginning of the end and the end is being manifest, is being well known, is being shown forth throughout the whole planet Earth, and we seeing these right in front of our eyes in the latter days, That's why you're seeing all these major events is going on in the world today that leads up to biblical signs of the signs of the times of biblical prophecy is going to soon to come, And that major one is that MOTB, that Karak, that Central Digital Bank Currency, a new form of currency. You can read that in Revelations 13 and verse 16 through verse 18. So we're getting closer into that. And the Revelations 11 and 14, the third woe, just like the first woe, second woe, now we're entering the third woe, and that's getting closer now more so than ever, Those are two huge major prophecies. That's why we're getting closer and closer, living out the book of Revelations of those major prophecies about to come very soon, slowly but surely, starting to increase and show forth more and more and more. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying as I was getting to the reading the second Edras, the 9th chapter, the first verse all the way down to the 5th verse, and show you, we're measuring the time diligently in itself, and we're seeing these signs that the Heavenly Father is going to constantly, consistently visit this earth with these weather-like conditions and these major global events that's taking place in the world today, because these are biblical prophecies of the signs of the times, and it's going to continue to increase and so show forth more and more and more, So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Wakarkadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching His word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.